A wonderful time. She's having a boring time. Boring? How can you say that? Stanley's voice cracked with indignation. He began listing his achievements on his fingers. Didn't I take her to Disneyland? Didn't I take her to the Los Angeles County Museum of Art? Didn't I walk out to the very end of the Santa Monica Pier with her? Didn't I sit her down every night after dinner and tell her all about my harrowing experiences in the war? You call that boring? Huh? Helen! Helen! Stanley blinked. Helen's eyes had drifted shut, her chin resting heavily on her hand. At the sound of her name, she jerked awake. Oh, sorry, Stanley, she mumbled, waving a hand dismissively. I must have drifted off. You were saying something about the war. Stanley let out a huff of exasperation. Look, I promised my brother that I'd take good care of her while she visited California, and that's exactly what I'm doing. It's a jungle out there. Oh, well, she ought to be out having some fun with people her own age, Helen argued, standing up and stretching. She ought to be out dating. She's young, she's single, she's gorgeous. Dating. In this city? Stanley looked at his wife as if she had suggested Karen take up juggling active chainsaws. Are you out of your mind? Los Angeles is crawling with freaks, weirdos, and perverts. I read the papers, Helen. I see the kind of men roaming the streets. Oh, I wasn't talking about your friends, Stanley, Helen said smoothly, a smirk playing on her lips. Stanley scowled. I just hope you don't make a crack like that in front of Karen. You'll give her the wrong idea of her uncle. Oh, don't worry about that, Helen said, padding over to her side of the bed and pulling back the floral sheets. I think she has the exact right idea of you. I hope so, Stanley said proudly, entirely missing the sarcasm. He settled back into his pillows, staring at the ceiling. A thought suddenly struck him, a rare occurrence at this hour of the night. Wait a minute. What about the kids upstairs? Helen paused, one knee on the mattress. What about them? Why don't you let her meet the kids upstairs? Helen looked at him in disbelief. You mean the Andrews sisters? Yeah. Patty, Maxine, and Tinkerbell. Stanley grinned, pleased with his own joke. Oh, of course. You're right, Stanley, Helen said, rolling her eyes. I forgot. She'd never be interested in a fellow like Jack. He's a wonderful boy and a fantastic cook, but you're convinced he's, well, you know, and he would never be interested in any girl, Stanley added with a definitive nod. I don't understand people like Jack, but hey, it takes all kinds to make a world. Wait a minute. Stanley sat up again, his eyes widening as a brilliant scheme formulated in his mind. For once in your life, Helen, you just gave me a smart idea. I did. We should put this date down on the calendar. Tomorrow, when Karen gets up and gets dressed, I'm gonna go upstairs and talk to Jack about taking her out. Helen stared at him. You want Jack to take your niece out on a date? It's brilliant, Stanley declared, slapping his knee. I mean, dating him is as safe as sending her out in an armored truck. He won't try anything. He'll keep the other weirdos away. And she gets a night on the town. It's perfect." Helen shook her head, pulling the covers up to her chin. "Stanley, sometimes I really wonder what goes on inside that head of yours." "Genius, Helen," Stanley whispered, a triumphant smile on his face. "Pure genius." Chapter 2. The Half-Price Birthday. The morning sun filtered through the macrame plant hangers swinging gently in the front window of apartment 201. Inside, the atmosphere was a chaotic blend of domestic panic and genuine affection. Chrissy Snow burst through the front door, nearly tripping over the threshold. Her blonde hair bounced around her shoulders, framing a face flushed with excitement and exertion. In her hands, she carefully balanced a square white cardboard bakery box. "Hey, I got it," she announced in a stage whisper, kicking the door shut behind her. "I got the birthday cake." Jack Tripper, wearing a slightly flour-dusted apron over his jeans and a t-shirt, peeked his head out from the small kitchenette. He had a wooden spoon in one hand and a dish towel slung over his shoulder. "Oh, good," Jack whispered back, rushing over to help her steady the box. "Where's the birthday girl?" "Jonna. She's in the kitchen keeping an eye on your birthday dinner," Chrissy said, setting the box down on the small dining table. Jack raised an eyebrow. "Who's keeping an eye on her?" Before Chrissy could answer, Jack leaned in closer to the box, peering through the clear cellophane window on the lid. His brow furrowed. "U.H. Chrissy?" "Yeah. Why does this cake say happy birthday, Jimmy?" Chrissy beamed, completely missing his tone of concern. "Oh, that, well, you know how we're always trying to save a little money. I went to the bakery, and I saw this cake sitting there. The baker said some guy named Jimmy never picked it up, so he sold it to me at half price." Jack rubbed his temples. "Chrissy, if you give Jonna a cake that says Jimmy, she just might notice that it's not meant for her." "Oh, it's easily fixed," Chrissy said, waving her hand dismissively. "All I have to do is scrape off the mice so it reads happy birthday, J, which is even better. It has that informal, personalized touch." Jack sighed. "Where are you going?" "Into the kitchen to fix the cake with a butter knife," Chrissy said, already turning away. "What about Jonna?" Jack asked, grabbing her arm. "I like her the way she is. Please don't fix Jonna. I mean, what if she sees me fixing the cake?" Chrissy clarified, her blue eyes wide with sudden worry. "It'll spoil the whole surprise." Jack looked at her incredulously. "Chrissy, she knows it's her birthday. She knows I'm cooking a special dinner to celebrate. She even told you which bakery to buy the cake from. It's not exactly a state secret." "Well, that's what I mean," Chrissy insisted. "One more hint and she's gonna know for sure." "Okay, I'll do it later." She shoved the box toward the wall, out of immediate sight. "What did you get Jonna for her birthday?" Jack leaned against the counter, a faint smile touching his lips. "Oh, I got her a terrific scarf. Silk, really nice pattern." "Oh, that's nice," Chrissy said, though her smile didn't quite reach her eyes. She looked down at her hands. Well, it's not only pretty, it's practical. It goes with all her outfits, too. She paused, her voice dropping a register. I wish I could raise some